So Howard, Cromwell, what is going on? It's on a hot, sizzling Tuesday
It is
afternoon.
hot out here. Yes, 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 yes.
So tell the folks, who is Howard?
Who is Howard? Wow. Howard is an entrepreneur. He is the owner, he's the president and CEO actually of Drama York Media, who's the parent company of DC's Most Fabulous magazine, and the York Media and Production Company, which is a PR firm and a public relations and media relations management firm. It's a production company. We have a full-service production company. We also do kind of charity events. I don't want to say promoted or for promotions, because we really don't do that. We do more of production. We do production of charity events and for nonprofit organizations.
So what made you want to start the company?
I don't know. I was in a medical field for a number of years. Got out of that, got into project management, liked it, thought I wanted to become a hospital administrator. Decided that I really didn't want to do anything with I saw, in the course of becoming a hospital administrator, I had to learn federal human resources law. So I went to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and I was a human resource professional there for several years, and I got into IT project management. And it's funny how I even started DC's Most Fabulous magazine, because it started out as a social blog about kind of what we thought were what I thought was the hottest parties to go to during the weekend. And so my phone would I would get somewhere between 150 to 300 calls between like Wednesday and Sunday. And I finally got to the point where I said, you know what, I'm going to change my number, just check this website out. And and then it easily went from just nightlife and entertainment to kind of like, where's the new restaurants that's coming in, what's going on with those, People said, oh, we want to hear about arts and culture, tell us about the museums in DC. And it just kind of migrated into like this entire, to what it is now, to where it's kind of a collection of things that we consider fabulous and what we consider fabulous is not what people may think as far as, all the grandeur. It's more about what these companies or what these nightlife venues, what these restaurants are doing to get back to the community. So that's what we consider fabulous. It's not necessarily about your social standing and the money that you have, your celebrity. It's about what you're doing with all of these attributes to get back to the community. So that's what we focus on.
So you just celebrated your 2-year anniversary.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Wow, it was huge. It was huge. It was huge. God, it was better than anything I could have imagined. It was completely packed to capacity. Of course, we had my friends Mikhail and Tarek Salahi came. I also kind of partnered up with America's Polo Cup, because of course we're the official media sponsors for them, and so it was kind of like a promotion party for their America's Polo Cup that took place at the National Mall June 11th, and June 12th, and it was it was just it was really, really, really hot event. I'm still getting a lot of press in from it. It's it was huge. It's huge.
Okay, so what you said that anything and everything is fabulous. So I mean, can anybody be fabulous or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that fabulous is a state of mind. It's not necessarily, like I said, about what people, how you're perceived by people. Like it's about, like I said, it's about you giving, like what I consider fabulous is you giving back to the community. And so whether you're giving $1 or whether you're giving $10,000. As long as it's going back into the community that you live in, as long as you're investing and reinvesting back into the community, then that's what we consider being fabulous.
Okay. Talk about DC nightlife. Having been here for a number of years, talk about the nightlife. How has it changed from, back in the day with Wet and Edge and everything else, Ziegfeld's over there before the stadium, and now that the stadium is built? Talk about it.
Well, I think that I like where nightlife is going. I like that we have a variety. I like that we have diversity in our nightlife now. However, I think that we're losing a sense of community, and because there is no gay clubs per se. I think all of the parties except Ziegfeld's, there's no and that's not even Afro-American, but there's no Afro-American alternative nightlife venues that caters to kind of like the hip hop crowd or that crowd. All of those venues, we're going out. These promoters are going out and kind of renting or having parties at these straight venues. So there's no sense of community in that because I'm sure you know that these promoters it's a very cutthroat business.
Yeah.
And so we're hearing drama every other week about this promoter did this to this promoter. So I think that's the problem. I think we're just losing a sense of community. But like I said, I was never one to stay in the gay clubs anyway. My whole thing was, you can catch me out on Connecticut Avenue on K Street, 5 times out of the week, and maybe a gay club on Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So it really, either way, it really didn't matter to me. But I think that I like where it's going. I like where the gay life is going in a sense of diversity, in a sense that you can go to a gay life now, and whether it be black, white, or whatever, and they have a variety of music, whether it's techno, whether it's R&B, whether it's jazz, whether it's all of that. And so I'm finding that that's getting more prevalent with the Sunday tea parties and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking where it's going.
All right. There's been a lot of controversy with DC Black Pride. Do you think it should be changed? It should be moved? What's your thoughts on it?
Oh God, this is not me speaking from my public my public figure hat is it because DC Black Pride. I posted something to my Facebook and I started a whole ruckus with that. But me personally, and this is completely just my opinion. Why would you do this to me? DC Black Pride, I think at one point it was phenomenal. I remember when I first came to DC, when I first started coming out actually in DC, it was 2000, 2001. And at Black Pride, people would come all over to enjoy DC's Black Pride. I think we're the oldest in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just started dwindling. I don't know what happened. The presidents keep changing, and I think that in itself should say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no reason we should have a president every 2 years or every 1 year. And from what I understand, it's a different beast. It's, people get on a board for prestige. They don't get on a board to work their ass off.
Right.
And I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue that, from what I understand, and I've known the last 3 presidents, and from what I understand, that's been the one consistent thing that they've said. It feels like I was doing this by myself. And I think that's ultimately going to be the downfall.
So does the board need to change? Do we need to bring in youth? I've heard a lot of young people our age say that they've applied, they've asked, and they've been turned down.
I've heard that as well. Without giving out too much information, I believe at one point I could have gotten on the board. I've asked around to past presidents and things like that, and I was told that hell no, don't do it. Keep doing what you're doing. But I don't know. I definitely think there needs to be some young blood in the board. Obviously, what they're doing now is not working. I heard nothing. Well, I heard some positive comments, but even the people in DC who are very loyal to DC Black Pride, I find that they're over it. They're like, this year there was so many negative comments. Like, are they deranged? Did they go to the same party that everybody went to? I personally didn't do any of the official DC Black Pride events this year. I did, Mega Entertainment's events, which I thought all of them were absolutely fabulous. They were handled well, logistically wise. Everything. It was phenomenal. But I personally didn't do any of the official DC Black Pride this year. Not only that, last year, I'm told that last year, KP, Kello Parker, who was the old president, kind of left DC Black Pride with a $20,000 surplus. I'm not sure how true any of this is, but I'm getting it from a really good source. And so my thing is this: they were already in debt going into the 2009 year, last year, hugely in debt. I think it's something like $20,000 in debt. So not only did last year did they take care of all their debt, but they also came out with the $20,000 surplus. My thing is this: why are we only hearing from DC Black Pride when it's DC Black Pride time? There's no giving back to the community. I don't see them giving back to the community. I don't see them, out reinvesting that money back into the community. I don't see them, I think during the year 2009, it was like something like every other month or every month they would do a happy hour fundraiser, something like that. They were absent the entire 2009, 2010 year. And then, they started, promoting DC Black Pride, 3 months before the weekend. And my question to them was, where the hell were you guys at all year? Where the hell did all this money that we all gave to the community? Because mind you, we all could have went to Miami, we could have went to Puerto Rico, we all could have went anywhere, but we decided to stay here to support our gay pride. We spent our hard-earned money. Where the hell did the money go? That's the question nobody seems to be asking.